Hello everyone, this is Big Sam here, and today we're going to be looking at Mirage Prime, one of the best DPS frames in the game, but to me she's a little bit of a glass cannon. She can nuke, but she can be easily one-shot, and I'll show you how to build her and how to get over that glass cannon part. So without further ado, let's get into it. At first, we're going to start with Mirage's abilities. And first we have her passive, where she basically has a longer slide, and I'd say it's also higher parkour velocity. So like dodging, bullet jumping, and all that is faster by 50%. And that's pretty much her passive. So we start with her first ability, Hall of Mirrors, and what it does is it creates 4 doppelgangers of Mirage, and basically what it does is it confuses the enemy, so they shoot at your doppelgangers, but they don't really take damage because they're basically pictures of you. But there is a really cool thing about it where they also deal damage. So if you shoot your weapon, the 2 in front will be shooting their weapons as well, but at a reduced damage. And if you use a melee, all of them will be using melee, also with lower damage than you are. And it has an augment that makes it so they keep scaling in damage based on how much kills you get. So it gets an increase in damage every kill, and I will be making use of that. And also one more thing, they count as allies around you, and there is another augment that we're going to be using for that, but it's on her third ability, so let's quickly move to that. Her third ability is Eclipse. You either tap it to get damage reduction up to 90%, or you hold it and you get a massive damage increase. And it's just like, it doesn't do like, say, Rhino's Roar. It doesn't double dip on Bane mods. It doesn't increase status damage. It increases your weapon damage. It doesn't affect a lot of your abilities. It only affects your 4, which is not really going to be used much. But the point here is her Eclipse augment, Total Eclipse. It makes it so whenever you are close to your allies, they also get your Eclipse buff. And so with that, and the fact that our doppelgangers count as allies, so when we're using this one with its augment and Eclipse with its augment, what we're doing is we are giving them a massive damage increase that keeps ramping up the more kills we get. And our second ability, Sleight of Hand, it's a good ability for Sanctuary Onslaught. You know, just give her a ton of strength and a ton of range, and basically just press 2 and everything dies. But in regular game mode, or game modes, it's not really that useful. Like, it's not, it cannot nuke enemies as it does in ESO. So this is my Helminth ability. I chose to replace it with Sevagoth's Gloom, just to have that extra bit of CC and extra bit of survivability with the lifesteal. So for this part here, my mic I guess just bugged or something. But so what Prism does is it fires a disco ball that has lasers coming out of it that basically damage enemies. It's not that strong, and like damage wise it will need a lot of more investment to get it to basically clear rooms, but it will be a little bit of a bump to our damage whenever we have the chance to use it with the Eclipse damage buff. So I don't really build into it, but I don't think you should just like Helminth it, because I think Sleight of Hand is a better option to remove. So for the Mirage build, we're going to be using Corrosive Projection in the aura, and then we're going to be needing as much strength as possible. So we're going to be using Power Drift, Transient Fortitude, and Blind Rage to get us to 618% base damage buff on Eclipse, because when we stack our Malt Augmented, it will get up to 760%. We're going to be using Prime Continuity to offset the negative from Transient Fortitude. And then I'm using Rolling Guard and Adaptation, because Adaptation helps me stay a little bit more tanky, and I think it's like for the lack of a better option. And Rolling Guard is just an oh shit button. If it's like if I accidentally get hit by a Jade Eximus or whatever. And we're going to be using Prime Flow for the energy max. And then we're going to be using both Total Eclipse and Hall of Malevolence for our Hall of Mirrors damage buff. And to top it off, we're going to be using Arcane Energize. And so how it looks is I'm using Kuva Ogres, and we can use really any explosive weapon, any like AoE weapon, and so we get our 1 and 3 going, and yeah, it just clears rooms. And with a combination of Adaptation as well as Bloom, we will not be getting hit as much, we will not be getting knocked as much, because basically all the enemies are slowed by 90%, and every enemy that can move can't really deal much damage to us, because again, Adaptation and Rolling Guard, and quite frankly they won't stay alive for long enough to be dealing that much damage. And for the companions, I'm using the Nautilus to freeze enemies around, and I have already put a Nautilus build on my channel. I don't remember which video it was. I think it was in Lava's video, or I think Volt. I don't really remember. But yeah, quick build if you wanna screenshot it. This is how I build my Nautilus, and this is how I build my Verglass. And yeah, for the Archon shards, I'm mainly using red ones for strength and 1 Tau Forged yellow for casting speed. If I ever get more red ones, because I didn't get so lucky this week, I'd probably turn those into all Tau Forged to get her up to like 330% strength, and that will give us, with fully stacked Malt Augmented, about like 800% damage increase on Eclipse, and that would just be crazy. And yeah, so that was it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.